my YouTube channel. This is King Monyay here with Bishop Bowser, and thank you for your time.
Thank you.
I wanted to get you, especially right here since we in this area, and I said what better guest to have than somebody from this area. So tell us just a little brief history, where we're at and what this place means to you.
Oh, well, you're over, if you want to talk about community, you're over in the West, as far as Black Gang, West Coast Crip area. We're on 24th Street, between 24th and 25th Street. So this is known as the Rolling 20s, you know, which set I was from. You know, we would hang out where it says Dollar Tree. That used to be past the liquor store. And then down at the market store down there. Those were our hangouts when we hung out down in the 20s. But yeah, this is West Coast, and you know, then also with the Latino gangs, you know, commercial kind of divide between Logan Heights and Sherman. So you're kind of like in the Sherman area right now, but you cross commercial, then you're in Logan Heights.
Oh, okay. That's interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that that's divided.
Yeah. So
yeah.
And our set, even in the 20s, covered both, right?
Okay. So there we have it. And so, quick question. I'm going to do I call this the Bishop Bowser quiz. And it's just 10 quick questions. First answer that comes to your mind. And so, my favorite color is blank.
Blue.
The biggest problem in America is?
Economics.
What am I doing to find a solution to this problem?
Working hard every day at it.
All right. My biggest struggle in the last year?
Flesh.
One thing I am most honored to be a part of?
The gun violence prevention movement.
All right. One thing you wish to accomplish before you die?
Build a legacy.
How does a person transform being a gang member?
By changing their mind.
Okay, and on that one, I want you to explain it. You take your time to explain it, because this is one of the questions from our viewers.
Okay.
And so, by changing our minds.
Mindset, yeah, changing your mindset. Everything is in our mindset when we talk about change, right?
Right.
If I don't like the outcome or the consequences of what my behavior has led me to, then I have to change my behaviors. One of the things that we always, as far as me with the work that I do with youth and working with gangs and getting them to change their lives around, is I tell them that if you change your mind, you could change your life. And so the way you change your mindset is you have to change your belief system, right? You know, your belief system is your conscious, and subconscious. The part that controls most of our lives is our subconscious, which controls 95 to 98% of what we do. And that's what I call the autopilot. Things that have already been processed and established there, right? That's what we do, right? When you learn how to drive a car, you first process it through your conscious, but once you learn how to drive that car, your subconscious picks it up and it's autopilot. You don't even think about it. You just grab your keys, get in the car, and you start driving. And so autopilot controls most of what we do. If we can change that, the subconscious, we can change our mindset. And you change your mindset, you change your emotions, you change your emotions, you change your behaviors. You change your behaviors, you change the outcome, right? And so that's the way you have to do it. I believe that there are four components that's involved in that, changing your mindset, which I actually went through that process when I got out of the gang. And that is credible authority. And my credible authority was the Word of God. And believing that, of course, a pastor and things like that, people that I looked up to, mentors and in the church that kind of helped me spiritually, right? And then also your social environment. Couldn't hang out anymore. Couldn't have to cut loose the people that I was running with because they were crooks and criminals and gangbangers and murderers and so on. If I wanted to continue to get locked up or being dead, then that's the path I continued to go down. But I didn't want that, so I shifted and changed my social environment. And then repetitious information, right? And so you have to constantly, if you're going to change what you are to what you want to be, you got to constantly feed yourself that information that's going to change you to what you want to be. Feeding your mind with it. That's why affirmations are so important, right? What the things you say to yourself, your self-talk, that is so important. And then personal experiences, which has the most profoundest effect on your belief system, is your personal experiences. Because once you start moving towards change and you see that it's working, let's just say I use repetition, information, affirmations, and I start seeing that that's work, my personal experience tell me that that's real, right? And that affirms and confirms my belief system, what I'm standing on.
That was deep. Woo! That was real deep, and I appreciate it.
Yeah,
that was a lot, and that was good.
I was trying to talk fast, but...
No, don't talk fast. That was good. And so, that was good, and we can always replay this. And let me get back to... this is another question from one of the viewers.
Okay.
And so, give us 3 things you do to handle working with pressure.
Woo! Pray. I get in the Word, and then I use a physical one. I get to the gym. I work out.
Okay.
I feel so much better when I go to the gym, work out, hit that cardio, and work out. And then I walk to the gym and I walk home. So that's another stress reliever, right? So prayer is so important to me. Getting in that Word is so important to me. So those are one of the first things I do in the morning. And then I hit the gym physically to help me out.
There you have it. Okay. And last but not least, what is happiness to you? And take your time. What is happiness to you?
Happiness to me is like right now being with you, family, right? Because
Okay.
happiness is a lot of times we think happiness is in materialistic things like money and having nice houses, nice cars, and all those things. Yes, it might make you happy for that moment, but it wears out, right? And so true happiness, when you find true fulfillment and happiness is things that you like to do, you like to be around, right? So like things that last, like relationships. God created us to be in relationship with each other. So true happiness is being in the right relationship with my wife, being in the right relationship with my children, right? Happiness is being able to do the things that I have a vision and I have a dream to do and see them happening, right? Earl Nightingale, and I always, talk about him because one of the things that he said is that when you talk about success, right? So he said success is the a progressive realization of a worthy ideal, right? And he said as long as you're moving in making progression, you're progressing towards your goal or where you want to be, then that's success, right? And so a lot of times we think that success equal happiness, but it doesn't, because I can have millions of dollars and still be unhappy, right? And so we have to find inner peace and inner joy, right, from life and from the things that we do and so on. And so if you have a vision, you have a passion, and you have something that you love to do, that's what you should be doing. There's people that go to work every day and not happy, right? And so, but when I get up in the morning, I'm happy, and I think myself happy, right? But yeah.
Right. Well, that's all great information, and I appreciate your time. I appreciate.
I got one question though.
One question from the
Right?
cameraman.
I got one question for you guys, right?
What's up?
So you guys are family, right?
Yeah.
For the viewers, right? Because I know it seems like such a tedious question. It seems like it doesn't even matter, but it crosses our minds as non-affiliates, right? People that aren't affiliated in gangs, right? How does the family dynamic work when you have 2 family members that are from separate sects? Do you guys avoid gatherings? Do you guys?
That's a good question.
Do you guys get the boxing gloves out when it comes time before you get the ribs out? Like, how does this work?
Well, I can tell you from my experience, right, is that family is more important than the gang thing, right? And I got a picture of it too. When I used to gang bang, a picture of me and my cousin. He was a Pyru, and I was a Crip. And we took a picture together, but we were best friends, cousins, right? We hung out together. So it does make it difficult though. Like if he's with all his homies and they don't accept me, I can't come around. Or if there's an event that a family's having an event, most of the people gonna be there are enemies, right? I can't be there. I know a young man that he couldn't even go to his cousin's funeral because he was a blood and they were Crips. So, that does happen, right? But I think like when you talk about individual relationships and things like that, it works. Depending on the events that you have, if a family member is aware of all these different gang sets and different things like that, you'll be able to work that out, right? And let them know like we're not going to have that while we're here. And so I don't know.
Yeah, and so for me, I grew up actually going to my grandmother's house, and I remember witnessing my 2 brothers fight or bust out I got a brother from Lincoln, I got a brother from the coast, and so I remember the brother from Lincoln busting out all the blue lights on the Christmas tree, and I remember my brother from West Coast busting out all the green lights, so they would battle like that. And so there would be things like that I've seen. As far as for me and my brothers, it never played a part as far as we family, Hey, we family, and I think that's more of a bond. That's more important than the color of my flag or the set I choose to claim,
Okay, appreciate y'all, man.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
absolutely.
Appreciate you. And so that's it, man. Make sure you check them. Tell them where they can find you out at.
You can find me at subscribe to Cornelius Bowser Sr. That's my YouTube page. Like, subscribe, and like some of the videos on there.
There you have it. Again, that's Cornelius Bowser Sr. Make sure you guys check him out. And this is King Monyay. I'm the leader and the captain of my destiny. And I do succeed because I believe I will. I was sitting here to inspire those who are great and sometimes tend to forget it. Make sure you love yourself. All right.